Hi guys, good evening. So welcome to the quick unboxing and a brief review of a new phone which we have today. So this is the Lava Iris 504Q. This is the newly launched mobile smartphone from Lava Mobiles, which has quite good features like gesture control, which you usually see in the Samsung Galaxy S4 and Grand Mega series. So let's quickly go through the overview. Let's see what all is mentioned on the box of this phone. So you have a 5-inch IPS screen which runs on OGS technology. So this is a 5-inch HD screen. So you have a 1.2 gigahertz MediaTek quad-core processor. You have 3G Wi-Fi, GPS and Bluetooth. You have proximity light and gravity sensors. You have USB on the go. So this is something unique and a special feature that Lava is offering. You usually don't find these options in the mid-range or the Indian manufacturers devices. And the best thing is this phone runs Android 4.2.1 Jelly Bean out of the box, and it also supports over the air software upgrades. So any upgrades that Lava launches going forward for this phone should be available for you over the air, and you can download and install it very easily. So this phone has a 8 megapixel autofocus camera with a BSI sensor. So this sensor really helps you to take good photographs in low light areas, and it has a 2 megapixel front camera, and we have a battery which is 2000 milliampere with battery booster, and you have 4 GB of internal memory, out of which 1.8 GB is user accessible, and you have 1 GB RAM. And the most important feature, this phone is super slim, which is just 8.54 mm in thickness, so which is very slim compared to the other manufacturers from India. So let's quickly see what all is available in the box. So first of all, you have the phone. I've been using this phone for a couple of days, so that we can make this review more useful. So I have changed the back panel of this phone with the flip cover that you get free in this phone. So let's keep the phone aside for a moment. You have this headset. I really don't like this headset because the material is very cheap. I've heard listening to music in this, but I would really not give it a go. So this is a big no-no headset to be used in this phone. So this is the actual back cover that you get in the cell phone, but I'm using the additional flip cover. I'll tell you why I'm using that. So you have a OTG cable. This is really helpful. You get it in the market for 50 to 100 bucks, but still it's a good accessory to have it. You have the data cable, and you have the 2-pin charger, and most importantly, you have an extra screen guard which is provided in the box, and you have the user manual. So let's keep the accessories aside for a moment, and let's focus on the phone. So the first thing which you notice once you uh, install the flip cover and you open it is the screen illuminates. So there's this proximity sensor which detects the magnetic strap on this flip cover, and the screen illuminates on its own. So let's do a quick physical inspection of this phone. Starting from the top, you have the USB cable and the charging port. You have the 3.5 mm jack. To the left, you have the volume rockers. In the bottom, you have nothing but a small microphone, the primary microphone, and to the right you have the power key, and to the back you have the 8 megapixel autofocus camera. You have a good LED flash. Trust me, this flash is very good and competitive and bright compared to what you get in Micromax, Cellcon, and other series of phones. This flash is very good, but not as good as what you get in Samsung or Sony, so don't expect, but you would find it better than what you usually find in Indian manufacturers. You have a noise cancellation secondary microphone, and you have this special square type of chimney type of speaker phone. So the sound quality is quite good, quite okay, quite reasonable, and good to hear on the speaker phone, but the music from the headphone is not so great. Having said that, you have the sound enhancer option in this phone, but you really need to use some other sort of a headset. I tried using Samsung and Sony, but it doesn't work. So we need to check for other options, other option of headsets. So first of all, let's quickly check the operating system of this phone. So this phone, as you see, this phone runs on 4.2.1. uh, this is a dual SIM device. The pixel count is 294 pixel density, and this is a 120 by 780 screen, as I've mentioned to you earlier. And take a quick look on the screen, guys. I'm not sure if the camera is showing you a good picture of how the phone is, but trust me, the display is very good. It is very sharp and very bright. The colors are extremely saturated. I'm using this straight after using my Samsung Galaxy Note, and the screen, apart from being a Super AMOLED, this is an IPS screen, but the blacks and the colors are as good as you notice in a Super AMOLED screen. So as you see now, the colors are very bright. I'm using a Google Nexus background wallpaper, and I have not seen it looking so good, so beautiful in any of the other Indian manufacturer phones. And having said that, this phone has uh, five home screens, but you cannot increase. That's the limit. Quickly go through the menu. So this is the basic Android 4.2.1. You might have already noticed it in a lot of phones. So there's nothing special or nothing different that is there on this phone. Few things which I really wanted to cover fast, apart from what you usually see in the devices. So let me play some music, and I'll be able to show you how the gesture control works. So this gesture control works only on one direction, that is the forward direction. So you just need to wave your hands on this phone, and the music changes automatically. I'll show it to you one more time. So as you see, the songs only move forward. If you need to move it backward, it will not. It will still move forward because the sensor works only in one direction. So I will show you the how the sensor works in camera as well. So let me quickly access the camera. So let me try taking a photograph. As you see, the photograph is clicked. So this is a really cool feature that you get in this phone. Something really interesting which you can flaunt in front of everybody. Not so sophisticated as the Galaxy S4, but having said that, you can use it for occasional flaunting. But as having said earlier, this phone, the gesture control works in one direction only. If you want to have a quick look on the gallery photographs, if you want to just browse through, it will only work in one direction. So you need to do it a little closer to the screen, and you will find it absolutely flawless. So if you're doing it with more than 10 to 12 centimeters far, then the proximity sensor doesn't capture your wave. But if you move it very close to the screen, then you see it is completely flawless. So this is a very good feature that this phone has. And one more feature that this phone uses is the OGS technology of the screen, which really makes this device really slim, 8.4 mm only. And looking at the build quality, this phone is very nicely built. I really like the build quality of this phone. And the camera, which I've been using for a couple of days, the camera is really nice. When I compare it with a Micromax Canvas HD or a Silicon HD, a Zen phone, the camera is far superior. I would not say it is as good as a Korean, the Korean giant, the Samsung phones, or the Sony phones. But having said that, the photo quality is pretty nice, and the the pictures are good enough, but there's a lot of noise as well. But the colors are fair. The colors are saturated better than what you usually find in the phones of Indian manufacturers. And video clarity, this phone has very good video clarity. Let me quickly try to play a video to make it easier for you. So this is a CD print that I was watching on this phone, and if you see the colors are too good. So I can, as I've said, the screen of this phone I can easily compare with the Samsung Galaxy Note. The colors are as saturated as how the colors I used to feel in the Galaxy Note. So I really like the screen of this phone, guys. It is really sharp, really crisp, really bright and beautiful. I can't stop praising the screen of the display of this phone. Really nice. Games, I've played a lot of games in this, and any game you install runs as smoothly as it can. So take any game and you would not find any flaws with the gaming. So you should not have any flaws with whatever game you are using. So I quickly wanted to do a browsing, show you a bit of browsing as well. So let me try to enter, show you by browsing with the website. So I quickly opened the GSM Arena page. This will open the mobile page, but as you see, the page loaded really quickly in my Wi-Fi, and this is the mobile version, so it wasn't zoom. I would take you to the desktop version. So as you see, the page is really loading quickly. There is no delay in the page loading, and the response of the screen, it's too sharp. So it immediately recognizes my touch. So that's a great thing, for the price you are paying. So this is a great phone to browse. This is a great phone to watch multimedia. A good phone to take occasional photography. Front camera is good. I've done a little bit of video calling yesterday, and the front camera is uh, good, and compared to what you usually find again. I'm mentioning Indian manufacturers more than once, because out of all the phones I've noticed so far, this phone stands out. This phone really stands out because of the gesture control, the camera, the screen, the OGS technology, and the BSI sensor. It really keeps the phone out of the Indian manufacturers phone crowd. So this is a really nice thing to have. You can buy this phone for 12 and a half grams. You would find it in most of the websites. I'm not sure about if you're able to buy this phone outside or not, but there's a list of Lava outlets where you can definitely buy this phone. So this is I believe this is the first sophisticated smartphone from Lava, and this phone is really good, a gem of a phone for the 12 and a half grand you are paying, and the accessories you are getting, keeping the headset apart. This is a great phone to own. Do post any questions you have on this phone, and I'll be more than happy to answer. And thank you so much for your time, guys. Have a good time. Bye bye.